This poem is called Gentrification, a subject that unfortunately we probably all know a little something about. So yeah, gentrification. 1. This house isn't a home, isn't even a house anymore. A subdivision in the hills gone, a ghost of its own attic. Its green algae siding and white foam columns now only existing on Instagram and in the crawl space of the mind. The rent was so cheap that deer mice could afford to live with us. 2 blacks, 1 queer, 2 women on disability, 1 on that Jesus juice. More than the rope swing hanging from the big maple, the garden with turmeric root, or the barred owl my lover and I spied while smoking on the roof, I remember being sickened by the droppings in the bathroom, the bite marks in the cupboard, our collective wishing them dead, poisoning them, stepping on their skeletons, shuddering at the sound. 2. Black folk, no stranger to gentrification, no stranger to strangers, conquistadors, Christophers, imperialism scaled down, made intimate, the community, unmade, one by one, the body politic twisted beyond all recognition, Kafkaesque, with what was once seen as human becoming vermin, a roach, an intrusion, brown people, familiar with the signs of a European invasion, the real estate agent, the state's agenda of furthering civilization, civil debate, the humane thing to do would be to capture the mouse and place it in a field somewhere in the suburbs. The people will see the benefits, a reduction in crime, an increase in property values, and lemonade stands. When the houses show where they are improved. Of course, that is what happens when life gives you lime. 3. The house where I lost my virginity done ghosted on the neighborhood. Done left a hole in the ground where intangible value once stood like my ex, tears welling in her eyes. She tells me that she's done, sold all her stock, even though we shook on that partnership, in that room without a closet, that house with no central air, a wrinkle in time, a capsule that looked the same as it did in '74. The landlord done sold it for 2x. The place I went after, my mom's called and said that grandma had died. Like my pops and his pops before him, I stood on the front porch and watered